a few months before Click Team Convention 2002, and DT wrote to me and he said, Paul, since you're at the moving over to MMF, make a big huge game with MMF to knock everyone down at the convention. So, for weeks, I tried to think of something, couldn't think of anything, and 3 weeks before the convention I came up with the idea for the Caretaker. And if someone had said to me then that 5 years later I'd still be working on the game, I would have hit them. Because I certainly didn't expect this. I thought it'd be a year job at most, and I'm still working on it. Now, at past conventions I've shown movie clips, I've shown screenshots, I've shown slideshows. This year you're going to get to see the game itself. And it's Francois' fault because he wants to see it. Now I'm going to start with a slideshow, but it's a very quick one.
Wait a minute.
Build that suspense.
The Caretaker started off as a very different game to what it's shaping up to be today. This was the original screenshot that I showed at the 2002 event. What you see here is very much how the game is still shaping up today, but it has gone through a transformation. Back in 2002, I wasn't really pushed on game menu designs. The way I looked at a main menu was, it was an interface between you progressing to launch the game and getting into it. And you'll see this has changed as well. In the original game, the setup screen, again, was just a basic screen, just to take in player details. There was one thing about this that I didn't actually like. The way the Caretaker works, every player has a respawn key. Everyone controls their player movement using the arrow keys, but everyone has their own unique respawn key. Now, in the original game, I was using the default menu options object. I can't remember who made that. But basically, by clicking this button here, it pulled up the menu controls. And then in the game instructions, I would actually tell the players, when you're doing this, when you're setting the person's respawn key, just focus on button 1. I didn't really like this because I wouldn't want them seeing all the game options. I would like to be able to set the game options in the game. But at the time in MMF 1.5, I don't know if that was an option. I know it is in MMF 2 though. That was the board, the original board. Those who came to Click Team Convention 2003 saw this because I had a demo movie of it. It was a top-down view. There was no details in the room. It was adequate. Let's just put it that way. Now, I do have 2 more pictures I want to show, but before I show you them, I'm going to show you the game. If I had stuck with this game design, the Caretaker would have been out 2 years ago. It was fairly near completion. I had all the movement put in. I had used to opening and locking doors. I had some of the cards set up. All that was really left was implement the Caretaker himself. It was at that time that I looked at the game and I said, well, you know what, I'm not happy with it. It is shaping up to be the game I want, but graphically, the top-down view didn't offer a lot. So that was when I decided to change it. And here is where it's going now. That's just a basic warning. There's no real mature content in the game, such as foul language or sexual content. But the game is a horror game as such, so. So, why do they know buttons?
Blame Vista.
I think it's because, did you get this on build 245?
It's 246.
Yeah, this is
244.
The button's changed.
Not my fault.
We don't blame you. Short intermission while we upgrade to 246.
Okay, well, I know the way around it, so we don't need the buttons. That's the main menu. Totally went away from it just being a buffer between you and the game. You can't actually see it because the buttons aren't there, but instead of just being game, high score, stuff like that, they're actually titles to play the game. It's Enter the Shadow Cast Hotel. To high scores is Past Caretaker. The credit screen is titled Hotel Builders. And the exit button is called Run Away. Now I'll show you some. That'll be the high score screen. Now, the Caretaker game doesn't actually give itself over to high scores as such, because it's kind of like a board game. But the way I've come up for doing this is, every time a game is completed successfully by someone, your high score will appear at the very top. So it'll always be a running total of people who've won the game. That's the credits page. I always stick in just a logo reference for clicking, even though I don't have to. But, just again, instead of most of my games it's just the standard text created by, play tested by, but I went for a kind of a certificate of construction, just to do it up a bit. Now, when you go to play the game, this is the new player information gathering system. The old screen, as you saw, was just black screen to collect data. This one is done like the registration page for a hotel book. You can have up to 4 players, and again, we're missing buttons, but I'll just set this up. Every player gets a colour. And every player gets a random number. Every player controls their movement by these keys down here. These can be reconfigured. They're default set to the arrow keys. Because the game now uses an isometric board, some people may not appreciate having the static arrow keys. They might want to configure something more than the next. Everyone has a respawn key, and the difference here over the old game is you can change the respawn key But just hit, that says change. See, it says now guest tree, press your new respawn key. So you're not going through the menu controls to configure your respawn key now. So I'll just leave it at N. So once you're happy with the player details, you then begin the game.
Welcome to the Shadow Cast Hotel. I see you've all come as a group. I guarantee you will not leave as one. Friends will become foes and must face each other in battle as well as whatever I choose to throw at you. You have one Spectre and one Spectral event card as well as 2 keys. You have till midnight to reach my lair in the attic of this hotel. There you will battle me for your very soul. I wish you luck, but it's a futile gesture. Think you can be free? Think again. Let the fun begin.
So, you start off in reception on the ground floor. Right, I'll explain the new interface. This here is a sub-application. I did some test work on sub-apps recently just to learn how to do it, and I felt it was the best way to implement the Caretaker because there's so much code behind getting him to work that to dump it into every frame would have been just too much. So that's a sub-app. Unfortunately, that's not working at the moment, so you're not going to see him pop up. That's your timer. You have till midnight. 1 hour to complete the game. Here displays you have got one Spectre and one Spectral event card. Spectres are ghosts, demons, and ghouls. Spectral events are special cards that can cause events to happen in the game. This displays your Spectral event cards. At the moment, you've only got one. If you had more than one Spectral event card, clicking these arrow keys would allow you to scroll through them to see them. As you can see, this button here is crossed out. This is the play card button. Now, Bansheela's Comb is actually a battle card and cannot be played on the board, so that's why that's crossed out. You can use the examine button to see all your cards. Now, throughout the game, you will collect 4 different sets of cards. There's Spectre cards, ghosts, demons, and ghouls. Spectral events. These can be battle cards or things you can implement on the board itself. There are objects of power, which actually these play alongside the Phantom card. The way the game will play, every player will have to get a Phantom to fight for them. And in order to have a Phantom, you have to have the Phantom's object of power. Now there's 6 objects of power, and there are 6 Phantoms in the game, but you can only have 1 Phantom. So you can have all the object of power cards, but whatever 1 Phantom you get is the one you'll be with for the entire game. More cards, as you collect more cards, like there is a limit to how many cards you can carry. There's 5, 5, 6, and 1. They're all displayed here, and you can view the cards. When you've got overlapping cards, by clicking on them, it'll bring them out to the front so you can see them. Now, all the player details, which in the old game filled this side of the screen, have been moved down here. This is how many keys each player has. This is your number, your colour, and your guest. Guest 1, 2, 3, 4. In order to move, this is where the respawn keys come into action. And I've just noticed the problem, I don't have a numpad.
You can switch the numpad on. Function 5.
Where is it? It's not my computer.
Should be somewhere.
Or you press FN.
5.
I think it,
Number. Yeah. And then
That's 0. And then numpad. If we don't have it, I can go back out and figure it out.
yeah, go back out and figure it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's easier.
See, totally something happening now. I'll skip through this menu now so you don't have to go through it again. Can't skip past that. That's what?
Multiple the same color?
No, if you set one of them to the same color, the play button will be the same.
Highlight.
No, I'll just change that.
Oh, it's still a number.
The function and then number.
Function and what?
Number.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. P shift MX. P shift MX. Right.
Welcome to the Shadow Cast Hotel. I see you've all come as a
If you're playing a one-player game, that changes. Because obviously you don't all come as a group if you're playing a one-player game.
as well as whatever I choose to throw at you. You have one Spectre and one Spectral event card as well as two Freezes. You have till midnight to reach my lair in the attic of this hotel. There you will battle me for your very soul. I wish you luck, but it's a futile gesture. Think you can beat me? Think again. Let the fun begin.
Right, so hopefully this works now. Everyone has a respawn key. When it's your turn to move, you just hit the respawn key. You roll a 1. Not very much. Right, next player's turn. Now, you see the spectral event card has changed, but it's still blocked out because the sun is another battle card, cannot be played on the board. So, he shoots. Now, the play options come into play now. Devil Dice can be played on the board, but at the moment none of the spectral event cards are working, so can't show you them in action. But what Devil Dice does is it allows you to roll the dice 3 times. Now, these 2 doors here is the only double doors in the entire game, and that's the exit from the hotel. And because you're meant to be locked in, if you try to get out, the door's locked, can't get out. And it won't take a key off you for trying to access that door. So I'll just get them into the next room. Now, I won't take them in here. this is player blue. As you can see, player blue currently has 2 keys. When you open door, key is taken from it. So in you go. Oh, I've got one more to move here. I just want to get them in here, but I want to show you something in here. What turn am I on then? Oh yeah, the way you know whose turn it is this dice here jumps between the cards, so whoever it is, you know whose turn it is by looking at that. It's open to everyone else, yeah. So you only, there is a part in the game where all the doors can be relocked. So if you have no keys and the doors get relocked, you're in trouble. Plus the keys are used in the battle system, which I'll show you now in a sec.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. Sorry?
How do you get the keys?
It's not implemented at the moment, but the keys will be placed randomly throughout the hotel, so you'll be able to collect more. Well, it was taking too long now to get in here. I thought it would be a lot quicker than this. What turret am I on at all? Basically, what I just wanted to show you was something that Julie brought up with me. If this character's standing here, and we say this character then moves here, because this character's here, you can't move that way because the chest, the drawer unit there, you can't move that way, the chair is there, and you couldn't move back out. And Julie said to me, what happens when a player is stuck? And I'd never given it any thought. What happens now is, if you are cornered and you cannot move, and it's your turn, you still roll the dice. But you press the 4 arrow keys to move, and after you've pressed all 4 directions, if you have not moved, then the computer knows that you're cornered, and a message will pop up, and it kind of fades out, just to let you know. That was what I want to show you there. Now there's 2 more things I just want to show you in this, and next 2. I need to go back to the main menu to show you these. It's a good thing you gave me half an hour.